Hurricane Lenny, 17.7 north, 64.1 west, or about 70 miles west southwest of the island of St. Martin. Sustained winds 150 miles per hour. That is a very strong Category 4 hurricane. They only go up to Category 5, and it's now moving towards the northeast at 9 miles per hour. Central pressure 939 millibars. Well, people well to the south of Hurricane Lenny are also feeling its effects. There is flooding along the northern coast of Colombia. Rivers are spilling over their banks, and there is concern that the heavy rain will trigger mudslides. Some homes have already been destroyed, and many areas now are being evacuated. Joining us now from the expert desk is John Hope, who has been studying this hurricane and has more information. John?
Well, thank you very much, Paul, and good evening, everybody. Well, the hurricane's still not showing much signs of diminishing. It may have peaked out. We hope it's peaked out. Thank goodness the top winds are already 150 miles an hour. We don't want it to get any stronger than that. And the good news now for the Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands is that the hurricane is moving away. It's not doing it very rapidly, and to be sure, there's still quite a bit of wind left behind it. St. Thomas, within the last hour, is still gusting over 60 miles an hour, and we had a report of a wind gust of about 80 miles an hour on St. Croix. It is moving away, and the target now is the islands in the northern leeward group, and that is what we're concerned about. What I'd like to do is to go ahead and review the warnings here a little bit for you, and we have out hurricane warnings still for the Virgin Islands and also for Vieques and Culebra off the main island of Puerto Rico, and for the northern leeward islands, and that includes St. Martin's, St. Barthélemy, Anguilla, Saba, St. Eustatius, St. Kitts, Nevis, Montserrat, Antigua, and Barbuda. And a tropical storm warning is still in effect for the main island of Puerto Rico. That will be coming down a little bit later, we should think, as the hurricane continues to move on away. Now, here's our latest satellite picture, the infrared picture, and we certainly still have a very well-defined circulation center there, moving east of St. Croix, moving toward the northeast now in the general direction of the northern leeward group. Now, the two islands, if we had to pick out two that we're the most concerned about right now, I guess they would be the northern ones. That would be Anguilla and St. Martin's. It looks as if those islands are going to sustain a direct hit. But the islands just to the south, including St. Kitts and Saba and Nevis, also very much under the gun. Now, still, the center is about 70 miles away from St. Martin's, and the rate it's going, we're talking, I believe, about another 5 hours or something like that before the center gets there. But before it gets there, bear in mind that conditions are going to continue to deteriorate. We already are reporting gusts of 55 miles an hour on St. Martin's, and that's not going to do anything but get worse. Also, very high storm surge, 3 to 5 feet anyway, and big breaking waves on top of that. And this concerns us, especially for the westward-facing harbors in the leeward group. They're not accustomed to having to put up with a hurricane of this intensity, of course, coming in from the west. Our forecast track looks like so. We would expect to track pretty well up the middle of this, and that is going to take it toward the northeast. It's now moving just about due northeast, not quite so rapidly as it was. You notice it's gone down a little bit. The hurricane force winds extend out about 90 miles or so now, and we have about 70 miles rather, and then the orange shows you where the tropical storm force winds are, the yellows, and that extends out about 205 miles from the center. So as this moves along, it is certainly going to rake all the northern leewards with hurricane force, even if the center should pass just a little bit to the north. And it's also worth noticing that the strongest part of this hurricane is in the southeast semicircle, so any islands under that part of the hurricane are going to get a little more than they would, of course, on the other side. So that's it for this time. Now we'll bring you back to Paul in the studio.